If you know anything about muscle cars, you know the Dodge Challenger is already available in a bunch of different versions, but Dodge is introducing yet another version that we think will help you channel your inner rally car driver. It's the new Dodge Challenger GT. It's all-wheel drive with a V6 engine under the hood. That engine is a 3.6-liter V6 making 305 horsepower. Now, to sample the new Challenger GT, we went way up north to Ossipee, New Hampshire, where ice and snow are a part of nearly everyday life. The good thing here is that the Challenger GT isn't just good in the snow, it's also good on dry roads where it feels a little firmer than your average Challenger, and yet it still delivers that all-weather traction that's kind of the whole point of the car. I mean, even if you don't have a chance to drive this aggressively, it still gives you a level of sure-footedness that many sports coupes lack because they're rear-wheel drive only. Why build a car like this? Well, we asked Dodge that very question, and their answer was because many Challenger shoppers were actually cross-shopping the Challenger against the Dodge Charger. And the reason they were doing that is because the Charger offers all-wheel drive and the Challenger didn't. Of course, this car changes that. Now, if you're one of those people who can afford to buy a cool coupe and put it away for the winter, great, that's terrific for you, but for the rest of us, we need a car that we can use on an everyday basis, no matter what the conditions. Some of the all-wheel drive hardware is of course borrowed from the Dodge Charger. Even some of the suspension gets some Charger bits. Specifically, they use some pieces from the Dodge Charger Police Pursuit vehicle. To explain more about that is Alison Rahm.
We wanted to start with the stiffest one that we have, which is the Pursuit sedan off the Charger that also has an all-wheel drive version. So in order to make sure we had the best match with a Challenger GT, we picked that suspension as our starting point.
On the Challenger GT, the all-wheel drive system knows what the temperature is, what your steering wheel position is, and how aggressively you're driving, and it uses those criteria to determine where to send the power. Now, the Challenger GT is about a $33,000 car. Compare that to a similarly equipped rear-wheel drive Challenger, and that means you're paying a little more than $3,000 for the privilege of having all-wheel drive. Get the interior GT package with its sport seats and sport steering wheel, plus you can also get an Alpine stereo. This car has the standard interior, but add all of it up and you're probably at about $35,000. Now, is it worth it? Probably. Let's face it, would you try this in a Mustang?